Garth Funkel as the jam timer. So you will see a lot of Garth Funkel.
And just as quickly, we are underway. Jammy Dodger versus Heat Seeker.
It's amazing how 3 minutes flies by.
Heat Seeker fighting their way to the front of the pack. Team GB, they're ready and waiting with a strong formation that hops over the skates of Great Britain. Heat Seeker will be your first lead jammer for Team Australia.
And it sounds like we have some Australians in the audience today because there's some pretty solid foot stamping happening.
And looks like we have had a star pass for Great Britain. Our new jammer will be number 58, Chaz. Chaz pushing with all of their might against that three wall of green. They just move seamlessly in front. Heat Seeker, one left to beat, and that was Chaz at the front of the pack. Chaz using that advantage of being able to be the last line of defense.
Well, and there's an interesting thing in this game, which is that many of the Team GB players are also, in fact, MRDA players. So that's Men's Roller Derby Association. And because in MRDA you can start at 16, there's an overlap between MRDA and JRDA. And a thing that I know from Men's Roller Derby is they can be pretty mean to the tape. And we've already seen some volunteers running out to repair the track during that last jam.
Yep, that track can be the fifth blocker sometimes, tripping us up. Tret Guru wasting no time, earning lead status, but Serial Killer is hot on their trail, threatening to score. Pat picking up speed. Looks like Great Britain has a blocker in the penalty box, possibly. A quick hit it and quit it jam. Looks like Great Britain scored 3 points. Just waiting for it to go on the scoreboard to be official.
Yes, indeed. Well, this is going to be, I think, a very interesting game.
The Battle of the Commonwealth, or at least 2 of them.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of Commonwealth countries here. Solid 3. No, 4, New Zealand.
Yeah, indeed. Tret Guru is your jammer for Australia. Serial Killer is for Team GB.
And has already made it out.
Sorry, that is not, that is max
104.
Max speed, sorry. I was going off of the screen.
Yeah, it looks like our technical difficulties are extending to the scoreboard a wee bit.
And we are kind of tucked away at turn number 1, so we can't quite see the jam line, but we will do our best to give you those names as soon as possible and as accurately as possible.
Generally, when the pack races past us.
I mean, those teams are pretty quick with their star passes, so as soon as we announce the jammer, usually it's a new jammer. And you might be able to hear the crowd making some noise in the background. It's wonderful to have so many families come and see their little ones skate. It's nice to have a big crowd of people.
Absolutely. Well, you know, when I came in this morning, there was a lineup out the door, which, you know, you don't always see. So
absolutely. It's wonderful to see.
Yeah. Well, and I will say, not only are these teams fast at their star passes, they are fast in general. Oh, they're
indeed, they are. Almost too fast for us to announce, but we do our best.
Exactly, we do our best. And, well, it looks like we have a little bit of unofficial timeout at this point, judging by the, oh no, yeah. Yeah, I believe it is, yeah.
Jam refs possibly just double checking some stats before we head into the next jam while it's still fresh in their memories. And we would like to thank LK. It is a French-based jersey manufacturer, woman-owned, and providing World Cup refs with these high-quality jerseys.
One of the many fine sponsors supporting this event, which actually you're seeing on your screen right now, so.
Oh, and Sucker Punch Skate Shop.
Exactly.
Another one of our wonderful MVP sponsors. MVPs, the tournament, I believe you can vote Yes.
online. There are QR codes around the venue, allowing you, if you're in the venue, which, well, I won't say you're not. I for one, was sitting on a bench earlier, watching the stream on my phone instead of sitting in the stands. But if you happen to be in the building doing that, then you can find the QR codes and vote for your favorite player.
Absolutely. Come vote for your favorite player, and they might win a 888 187 killer pad or a Sucker Punch skate shop package. So after that official timeout, looks like 1 point added to Australia's total, and Great Britain's points from the last jam have been added. They are now at 7. Heat
Right.
Seeker wastes no time, earning lead advantage.
That's number 6-6 for Great Britain. It's double tap. Oh. And yes, a call from Australia.
Yeah, Australia doing the double tap there to call things off, unfortunately. Very quick jams so far.
Yeah, but quick and effective. That's 4 points already. Australia again doing that, well, I would call it cautious if they weren't so darn fast, but the cautious strategy of getting those 4 points, getting it done.
And conserving your energy, because this is, after all, a 3-day tournament. And for the first day and a half, the seeding games are a half hour.
So
we have got
4-0.
Jamie Dodger for Great Britain as your lead jammer. Trat Guru still fighting their way through the pack.
Oh,
One left to beat at the top. That was number 82, I believe. Trat Guru out and ready to score. Jamie Dodger calling it, and not quite in time for them to score. Great Britain chipping away at that lead, bringing us close to a tie game, sitting at 11 points to Australia's 15.
Absolutely, and with fast jams like these, it's fun to be in the penalty box. Because what we're going to see, potentially, is lineups that are a little bit less designed, you could say.
Like the one we're going to have right now. Looks like Great Britain has a couple players in that penalty box. So slight pack advantage goes to Australia, but hey, that doesn't always mean it's going to be easier. Zagetti is fighting their way around. Hatchet Girl looks like might be picking up a penalty for that one, joining their teammates in that penalty box. We'll have a lone blocker, Jack in the box, trying to help out his team. But sometimes when you're the only blocker on the track, it can be to your advantage, because if the blockers hit you, then there's no pack.
Very true, very true.
It's fun to play those mind games sometimes when you're a little short on the track.
Well, so let's see who we're getting this time. I'm seeing, well, I believe it's 104 for Team GB. So that's max speed. Australia, we will let you know.
Heat Seeker for Australia.
But hey, look at that. That's a lead for Team GB.
Max Speed living up to their name. Beautifully positioned was number 58, Chaz, disrupting that tripod, allowing Max Speed to score and deny Australia. Nope, sorry. Did not deny Australia points. Not quite quick enough, but does come out 1 point ahead.
Yeah, they're not going to let Australia have it all their own way.
Those jammers are so sneaky. Like, as soon as the call-off starts happening and they can still score the points, they're that fast.
Absolutely.
These kids, I don't know what they're feeding them or what's in the water, but they are quick.
Yeah, they know their game as well. It's, I tend to find that rules knowledge really helps with getting those extra points. That's already lead right there.
Running on all cylinders, but playing it safe, not to take a trip to that penalty box. Double tap is your lead jammer, but fighting through the pack legally.
Oh, and we have 911 heading to the box. This is, I believe, the second penalty already for 911.
Australia
7 minutes in.
Australia also losing one penalty box, so no real pack advantage currently. Double tap is going to do that old double tap of the hips. And we'll see how many points Great Britain may have managed to score. 3 points going to Australia. And looks like that'll be it.
So I'm seeing some thoughtful-looking referees.
Absolutely, but hey, that 5 seconds means everything is good to go. Zaghetti for Australia. Jamie Dodger quick to get to the top of the pack. And the Australian pivot doing a great job making sure that take just a little chunk of that speed away. That would be Rainbow Crash.
And Australia has just lost a blocker to the box. And those 2 players from the previous jam back on track.
Just a nice little revolving door in the penalty box there.
Absolutely.
So we will end the way we started, with 3 blockers apiece. Great Britain putting up 4 points, chipping away at that point gap.
And putting up Serial Killer to jam in this jam.
And it looks like Heat Seeker will be taking the star once again for Australia. Both of these jammers are especially fast, so we'll see who's fast. Oh, got room to run for...
Oh, there's a beautiful tripod back there from Great Britain, but it did not keep Heat Seeker from getting out and getting lead.
Indeed. Serial Killer almost thought they were out that inside.
Oh, that was
beautiful
gorgeous.
apex jump. You had to land backwards too. Like
that was, we're seeing it again. Yeah.
I mean, an apex jump is amazing in itself, but to land it 2-footed backwards, just, you know,
that was
no big deal.
Beautiful work.
Australia putting up 4 points. So we have ourselves a 10-point gap, obviously not insurmountable in a single jam, and we've got just under 20 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, it's anyone's game.
Back away, Trat Guru for Australia. Quick to get to the top of the pack. Great Britain is there though with a solid duo to not let Trat Guru out that quickly, but lead is earned nonetheless. But max speed, living up to their name, hot on their trail. The little hop over the skates, Trat Guru calls that one off. We will see if any points were picked up. Have to confer with the outside pack refs. 0 points.
Well, there we go.
Hey, a 0-0 jam is still good. As long as the other people don't score more than you.
Exactly. I mean, what a 0-0 jam means is that your opponent is not getting points.
Exactly.
From both teams, such amazing standard of gameplay.
Okay. We've got the Charlie English taking the star for Great Britain the first time in this game, I believe. And Zaghetti for Australia. The Charlie at the top of the pack, a pivot from Australia there with that last little bump. And
so it's a close fought jam, very clearly.
And Zaghetti had a quick little star stash, but quick to put it back on and get back into the fray. Number 911, Natural Disaster with the long bridge back on Zaghetti. But number 42, Bulldozer. Sorry, that was Cruiser.
So I'm also,
bridging back Great Britain.
I am wondering if the Charlie English is, I was going to say, isn't aware that, that he's lead jammer.
It can be tough out there, those jammers. They get a little tunnel vision. Like, oh, I didn't realize I could call it off. It's like a pleasant surprise.
Well, and hey, that one went okay. It could have been worse. That's 4-4, so nice even jam.
Score still sitting 10 points apart. We'll see if these next 2 jammers can switch things up a little bit. Oh, quick to get to that outside. Looks like Heat Seeker. Oh, but number 42 going down. That's Bulldozer. That means Heat Seeker is out with lead. Oh, quick star removal from Jamie Dodger.
Yeah, and the star pass.
The successful pass. We will now have number 2505, Crushham's, your jammer for Great Britain.
Well, not for long. Crushham's has just gotten a penalty for a cut. So that's a power jam for Australia.
And with Heatseeker in full control of the timing of this jam.
And having already picked up 4 points.
Great Britain putting up a nice formation at the front there with that additional blocker at the back getting trapped by Australia, but not letting it phase them, trying to get a piece of Heatseeker before they get into the pack. Adding 8 points to the total so far.
12. Hey, there
another
we go.
scoring pass. See, they're even too quick for us to notice. And just as Heatseeker calls that one off, Great Britain's jammer is released from the penalty box.
Yeah, well, and indeed I would flip that causality and say Heatseeker did the prudent thing and called that jam when he saw the GB jammer leaving the box.
Yes, it looks like we'll have our full contingent of blockers for the next jam. Penalty box sitting nice and empty, the way we like it, the way the coaches like it too, I bet. Australia picking up 14 points, getting a little bit away with the score. Looks like we're going to pause for a little minute to do some track repair.
Indeed, yeah. So for this we get an official timeout. That hard-working jam timer who has to stand around with his hands on his shoulders, and I can tell you that hurts.
And that would, of course, be Garth Funkel. So if you know Garth, give him a high five or a shout out for doing such a great job.
Exactly. Donate towards a back massage. Oh, there we go. And we should also give a shout out to the hard-working volunteers who are doing all kinds of things, including keeping that track functional.
The track functional, chaperoning, monitoring videos, streams. So many people it takes to put on these amazing tournaments, but it's all worth it. Trat Giroux, jamming for Australia, serial killer for Great Britain. Serial killer finds room on that inside line, just gets past Trat Giroux. Giroux getting bumped to the outside, bridged back by Alex Explosive. Oh, Trat Giroux coming in hard to that back of number 64 Aussie offense. And getting recycled again, Trat Giroux still fighting their way through the pack as the serial killer puts up 4 points.
Oh, well, hey, the fight was successful because Trat Giroux has made it out.
And the pack's starting to pick up some speed as serial killer comes in. Serial killer
Trying
looks
to
like
get through that Australian defense.
And Trat Giroux getting through the pack, so hopefully serial killer will not call it just quite yet. Great Britain doing a great job of holding Trat Giroux for that entire lap, allowing serial killer to come out on top. Oh, a couple of bodies tumbling there.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
think serial killer was trying to call it, but a penalty was assessed just as they did so. So we will go the full 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a attempted apex jump, not successful, and I think I didn't see the penalty, but I suspect being assessed as a little bit dangerous, or potentially a low block or a leg block while executing that.
So Trat Giroux comes in, does a nice little spin move, and gets past the hips of number 64 Aussie offense. Puts up, answers the points to Great Britain.
And because we have no lead jammer at this point, we do have a full 2-minute jam as serial killer gets back on the track trying to do something with the last couple of seconds of this jam.
Absolutely. Oh, and looks like a cut track was assessed to serial killer at the end of that jam. So even though points were scored, Australia will have the pack advantage any power jam start, at least momentarily.
Yeah, indeed. After a team timeout. So it looks as if Great Britain has called a team timeout, which is probably a good move on their part. We're at the halfway point in this game. So it's a good moment to take a little breather, do some strategy, chill out a little bit, and come back fresh.
Absolutely, because these 30-minute games go by so quickly. You don't get the advantage of halftime to kind of decompress and regroup. So gonna have to do it on the fly, and that's the way it's gonna be for the first day and a half here. We've got 30-minute seeding games. Each team gets one timeout, one official review, and then tomorrow afternoon we will know where all of the teams stand.
Absolutely. Yeah, which will result in a series of matchups in games of a normal length, culminating on Sunday in some finals.
I think Sunday should be an exciting, well, every day is an exciting day when there's roller derby.
Very much so. Well, and hey, while we have this lineup time, let's give a shout out to our main sponsor, which is My Roller Derby. It's a roller derby shop based in France, and they're very, very graciously sponsoring this event, and they have a stand here. So I gather there's some nice gear.
Yes, so if you are stuck at home and want one of your friends to get some merch for you, better hit them up pretty early before they sell out. Zagetti, your lead jammer of record for Australia. Serial killer sitting in the box. Now standing as Australia loses their pivot. 4 points going to Zagetti, much to the crowd's delight, it would seem.
Yeah. So we've got some happy Australians in the room.
Getting in the pack once again.
And my goodness.
Zagetti just against that menacing wall from Great Britain. Serial killer out with fresh legs, has made the initial pass. Zagetti coming back into the fray. Cruiser giving a beautiful offensive pinch. That'll get Zagetti out with the full 4 points, so total of 8 earned in that jam.
Yeah. So at this point, we're standing at Australia 65, Great Britain 30. Now, we have 12 minutes, actually we have 13 minutes left, so things could certainly still change. That GB team is very strong.
Very strong and very well practiced. I feel there are quite a few leagues around Great Britain that give them the opportunity to play. Australia, not so as many opportunities, but it does not show. Katniss, taking the star for the first time in this game, earns that lead advantage for Australia, but max speed, putting on the max speed, will not be able to score. Speed not max enough.
Got one of those nice, efficient call-offs that Australia has been doing so much this game. So get that 4 points and that gem.
Very, very impressive.
But hey, it's only 39-point difference. Not unheard of to come back from. Especially, we had a 28-point jam in a game this morning.
Very nice.
Rat Guru at the top of the pack, just twisting past those hips, gets past number 42. That was Bulldozer for Great Britain. Australia just dominating with the leads, but Great Britain is answering by getting out fairly quickly. Rat Guru opting to call that one off from the ground after taking a hit from Bulldozer.
Still 2 points though.
2 points are 2 points.
Exactly. That's the nice part. You may get hit out, but you can still get those points off those hips.
And it's difficult as a jammer to be on the ground and calling. Like, I feel like I'm a penguin or something if I call off from the ground. It takes some coordination.
Absolutely. Well,
it's like Zagetti versus Jammy Dodger. Zagetti fighting the way to the front.
beautiful.
Beautifully done. Aussie trying to get that last bit of speed, but Zagetti was able to outstep them. And nice little pinch on the inside. She'll push Cruiser into that pack.
And Jamie Dodger struggling to get through that Australian wall.
We'll have Alex Explosive, the pivot at the back, giving just disrupting that Australia tripod as Szigeti puts up 4 points.
And because this is level 3 junior roller derby, we have almost exactly the same rules as in adult derby, which means that some of those hard hits we're seeing are, of course, totally legal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at a lower level of junior derby, that would not be happening. That's for darn sure.
No, you can't quite get momentum at some of those lower levels, but
Well, and it's not legal.
Just under 10 minutes
Exactly.
now. We're going to see match speed up against Heat Seeker behind the jammer line.
Well, it's another one of those matchups that we've come to love in this game.
Amazon
Max
USA
Speed and
defense
Heat Seeker.
looking to contain that
Yeah,
back
Heat
line.
Seeker having lots of success with those lead jam statuses, and hey, why
again.
not one more? But Max Speed right on the trail.
Trying to catch up.
Pack at a standstill. Violet Crumble moving in for the pinch on Fridge. That'll get the star up. See how many points go to
Yeah.
Australia. Gotta double check with the outside pack ref. 2 points going
there we
to
go.
Australia.
Very nice. These really clever jams. So get the points you can get and prevent your opponent from getting them.
That's the name of the game.
Australia scored 2 points on that pass.
All right.
Lining up to jam now, I believe we have
Oh, Honey putting on the star for the first time for Australia. Keeps up that momentum of getting lead. Bazinga moving in on that tripod. Beautiful offensive pinch on number 911. Natural Disaster gets their jammer out with 3 points and managing to shut out Great Britain.
Very nice.
Serial Killer looking for some love from the crowd. Or maybe for them to not give so much love to Australia. I can't quite tell. But
Who knows?
either way.
Well, that Australian strategy is definitely paying off. That lead is now more than 50 points. We have Australia at 84 to Great Britain's 30.
Australia starting to take off with the points just a tad. Looks like Szigeti taking a hit to that infield courtesy of the pivot from Great Britain. I can't quite see.
Yeah. We have
Serial
Serial Killer.
At the back of the pack, getting trapped up. Oh, forced out by number
Nice hit
42, Cruiser. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Still lead yet to be established. Great Britain doing a good job of making sure that the pivot is nowhere near the jammer,
Absolutely.
preventing any star passes from happening, as it looks like Szigeti has removed the star.
Yeah, we're seeing some very clever gameplay in this bout.
And Serial Killer keeps almost getting out of that pack, but bumped out at the last moment. We saw that happen again.
But look, Australia has achieved that star pass.
Yes, that star pass will be successful. Rainbow Crash, our new jammer of record. Serial Killer opting to stash the star, and that will be enough to get the star free from the pack.
But
Beautiful apex hop by Rainbow Crash.
and Serial Killer may be out of the pack, but not lead. Oh. Now it's looking like we have an injury call off. So now is a great time to, look at a replay, for one thing, and to talk a little bit about our sponsors, the game, have a little chat while the medics do their job.
Of course. We would like to give a thank you to Alke, the French-based jersey manufacturer that is woman-owned and providing the World Cup reps with high-quality jerseys. Not just jerseys, high-quality jerseys.
That's important.
So thank you, Alke, for outfitting our officials so officially.
Absolutely.
Looks like our injured skater is up under their own power. Always something we like to see.
Absolutely.
There are definitely some hard hits in this game, but Australia does not seem fazed by this Great Britain team comprised of mostly males.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and this once again, I think it's really interesting to see this MRDA style play in a JRDA game.
You can see how different the strategies are, and it doesn't quite work the same way in JRDA, it would seem, as MRDA, but Great Britain might have to do a bit of adjusting.
Oh, and well, there we go already. Heatseeker is back in the game.
Heatseeker and Jammy Dodger not far behind. Great Britain calling for a formation. Heatseeker finding room along that inside line.
Oh, we have an illegal procedure from Jammy Dodger. I didn't see what the action was.
I did
But
not.
it was my absolute favorite referee hand signal, is the little illegal procedure, because it's like you're about to disco dance.
Yeah, that's amazing. We should have something like that for timeouts.
Oh, well, like in my home league, we do.
Well, we
It's,
should start doing it worldwide, maybe. We can
Absolutely.
start a trend.
yeah, ask a referee. We can make all kinds of dance moves out of our hand signals.
So, Trat Guru, our lone jammer for the moment, coming in hard to that wall from Great Britain. Great Britain being a solid line of defense with their two skaters. And they've got two spares, just in case. But Trat Guru, once they pick up speed, there is almost no stopping them. Trat trying to use her pivot to push through the pack, and looks like Great Britain losing one of their blockers just as Jammy Dodger released. After a hard-fought 30 seconds, we've got our lead jammer, Trat Guru.
With some really beautiful, evasive work getting around that white wall.
It looks like Jammy Dodger stashed the star. That'll be enough to get it out, but it will be called before the opportunity to score is presented. 4 more points going to Australia, knocking at that triple-digit mark.
Yeah, well, they have time. We still have 4.5 minutes left in this game, and if Australia's performance up to this point is anything to go by, then I think it's a pretty safe bet that they can break 100.
Seems fairly likely. The probability is good. We've got Rainbow Crash versus Max Speed. Rainbow Crash dancing up that inside line, but looks like was bumped out at the last moment. Recycles to play it safe, but earns lead nonetheless.
Well, and Australia is getting incredibly enthusiastic up in the stands.
Rainbow Crash already back in, ready to score. Max Speed picking up a couple of points. That'll mean likely Rainbow Crash will want to do another lap. Or looking to the bench.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the instructions to call it off.
And that's, well, let's see. 4-4. No points for anyone on that last pass.
But Great Britain adding their first points in a few jams now.
Yeah,
Fighting
they're
back
not
a
giving
bit.
up.
We've got just under 3 minutes left, so likely a jam or two left in this 30-minute seeding game.
And here we are. Oh, that was a beautiful attempt there by number 7, the Charlie English. Not successful the first time, but hey, he did it in the end.
Sometimes you just have to try it again. You know, don't let it phase you. Heatseeker right on the Charlie English's trail. The Charlie English just powering through this pack, but gets bumped out by number 39 from Australia. That is Katniss.
Making room for Heatseeker
Heatseeker
to get in.
making it look easy, because it was easy. They're almost unchallenged. Brings Australia up to the 100-digit mark.
Yeah, I can imagine the Charlie English deciding pretty soon that it might be a good idea to call the jam.
Possibly, yeah. Getting a bump to the inside sounds like a good idea. A very hard-fought jam by the Charlie English.
And hey, Australia has broken that 100 mark.
Adding 11 points to their total in that jam. Great Britain, though, also scoring 4 points.
Just goes to show that you do not need lead to get points.
Indeed.
small win on that track.
Oh, well, it looks like we have an official timeout.
Everyone is having a good time. All people just doing a bit of dance.
So that'll give us a chance to mention My Roller Derby. It is a French roller derby shop, and we are proud to say that they are the main sponsor of this Junior Roller Derby World Cup, coming to you from Valence, France.
Indeed.
Looks like Great Britain might be losing a skater to too many penalties.
Oh, yes.
Of course, in these 30-minute games, 4 penalties is all you need to be ejected. So a few foul outs have been happening today. And no one ever likes to foul out. It's never fun. You feel like you let your team down.
Yeah, it's very demoralizing.
But a hard-fought battle, and only a minute and a half left. Could be worse. There's worse ways to go, I suppose.
Well,
Oh,
indeed.
Bazinga, I apologize.
And
We've got a new jammer for Australia. Bazinga! Looks like is awarded lead, but got a bump to the infield and second guessed enough to play it safe, fight their way through the pack once again. Nice toe stop work, but Natural Disaster with the force out. Natural Disaster just throwing Jack in the Box into Bazinga.
oh, and hey, we have had a star pass on Team GB.
That's Serial Killer putting up points already.
And what's quite funny is that we have the reverse of the last jam. Australia has lead, but is not dominating on points at this point. So
that
having
playing
sense
it
hold
safe.
off.
Playing it safe didn't quite work out the way they'd hoped, but I understand not wanting to incur jammer penalties in the final moments.
Indeed, and with less than a minute left in this game, and oh goodness, a more than 70-point lead, I think, you know, Australia has the luxury of being a little bit cautious at this point.
Absolutely. Better conserve some of that energy because it's going to be a long tournament. Rainbow Crash and Jammy Dodger. Pack slowly creeping forwards, and Jammy Dodger finds room to run. Picks up lead for Great Britain.
Well, that'll be a nice way to end the game.
Rainbow Crash living up to their name, crashing through this pack of Great Britain skaters. Beautiful spin moves, keeping them upright and in bounds.
Yeah. Oh,
Beautifully done.
and Australia loses its pivot to the penalty box.
Jammy Dodger coming into that defensive tripod from Australia, puts up an extra 2 points for Great Britain, and that'll bring us to our unofficial score. Great Britain with 48, Australia 111.
Well, that is a pretty solid score for Australia. They should be very proud of themselves.
Got a nice replay here of that hit on it's number 40, Jammy Dodger.
Oh yes, that's a nice little spin, huh? Well, of course, as we all know, the official score is not official until the jammer refs sign off on it with the scorekeepers. So we have this little bit more suspense, mostly a formality. Sometimes it matters. I've certainly seen situations where, in fact, there have been little orthographic errors on the paperwork and we actually see a score change. But so far this weekend, knock on wood, we've been doing well, and we're doing well again. The score is now final.
Yep, that'll do it for Australia versus Great Britain. A battle of 2 Commonwealth countries, of which we have 4 at this tournament.